Welcome back. It's your man Wise, and I have a collage of videos to run through with you all. We're going to check out a based pastor. We're going to check out race hustling Al Sharpton and a few others. Before we get into the video, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. AskWiseToday@gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of me. Without further ado, let's go.
You've ridden this donkey as far as I can take this. Okay? It's dead. I'm ready to get on a great big old African elephant. Right? We have to remember who Joe Biden is. This is a guy who was mentored by Senator Byrd and people like Strom Thurmond, the card-carrying members of the Ku Klux Klan. That's right. So, you know, she represents Republican 2.0. What she's talking about for us is a new emancipation, socially, politically, economically. It's emancipation 2.0. And we have a real opportunity, not only with her candidacy, but with President Trump, to start again in this country and recognizing where we've been. Look, I'm not telling any of you who are Democrats to rip up your voter registration card. Okay? Maxine Waters, Auntie Maxine, imagine if she was really your auntie. She's really my auntie. What I'm saying is this. After all of those years of dealing with failed policies, how many more lives, how much more time, how many more generations are we going to sacrifice at the altar of Democrat politics when they treat us as a political afterthought? An afterthought. It's time for us to make a positive choice in our own best interest and vote for the candidates who are in our own best interest. And if they are Republicans, then so be it. When white America, working class, and black America, working class, decides to work together, there's no demographic that can stop us. What other sign from God do you need than to see the predominantly white Republican Party moaning and groaning with us about the likes of the FBI and the CIA?
Praise God. Bless that brother right there. He talking real-ish. He explained to you guys who Joe Biden is, not was, is, hanging out with Strom Thurmond and Senator Byrd, who are known to be KKK members. The Democrat Party is the party of the KKK. Why y'all want to call folks racist? Y'all en masse voted a racist into office. He's 100% right. White working class, black working class. We got the same issues. It's time to unify. Do not let these people push this racism agenda and force us to continue to be divided. We have the same issues. We have a common enemy. It's time to come together. It almost happened back in the 60s, and they did everything that they could to drive a wedge in the middle between working class people of all nationalities. Now, not falling for it. He also said something that really piqued my interest. He said, sacrifice at the altar. Democrats, they go to our colleges, especially the HBCUs. They go there and they talk about women's health care. Since when did termination of pregnancies become health care? They're not talking about family building. They're not talking about bridging the gap between black men and black women and building strong nuclear families. They're not talking about that. They want to talk to you about terminating your pregnancy, which is a sign of or a form of sacrificing something to the altar. Let's get into the next video.
Donald Trump actually said this.
These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there, but I can only see the black ones. I can't see any white ones, you see? That's how far I've come. That's how far I've come. That's a long way, isn't it? The mugshot, we've all seen the mugshot. And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for $19 a piece. It's pretty amazing.
As for that mugshot, come on now. Does he think he's Biggie Smalls? America, please share it with your Trump-loving friends. Have them understand why what we just heard is so unbelievably racist, but also problematic for a democracy. That man should never be president of the United States again.
I love how they chop up the video. I told you they were going to do that. Someone else hit me up about Trump and the speech that he gave last week, Friday. And I'm like, you can't listen to sound bites from CNN or MSNBC. They're not going to give you, it's never going to be in proper context. It's not. These people are so disingenuous. You can't believe a word that comes out of their mouth. Now, this particular guy, you can't listen to at all. He's not a leader. He's not a man that you can follow. Always, and for whatever reason, these Democrats, they're always talking about how racist someone is, but they're sleeping with white people. Now, you want to do interracial dating? I don't have a problem with that, but I feel a certain kind of way when you're talking how racist somebody is, and you're always throwing out racism and calling white people racist, but you're sleeping with them. It's such an oxymoron. These people, you can't take them serious. This dude is another shield. He's bent the knee. You can't trust him. You can't listen to anything these people say because they're bought and paid for. They're bought and paid for. They are the true sellouts. People like this guy right here, people that talk like him, they are the sellouts.
I repeat, the insult of saying that black voters would in some way be enticed to support him because he had a mugshot like all of us are criminals, or to say that because he has 4 indictments, one of which, or really 2 of which, both Georgia and the federal, around him trying to rob votings when we had to fight. People were bloodied, beaten, and killed to get us the right to vote. And one person, one of his supporters, got on Fox News saying blacks love him because of the sneakers. So let me get this right. He didn't support George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, Biden did, and signed an executive order. He didn't support the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. But we supposed to go for sneakers and a mugshot. And those blacks that are standing there with him, have you no shame?
Did he really say shame? Have you no shame? Race hustling Al Sharpton, the man that has no shame at all, the man that's been selling out black folk for 30 plus years, got the nerve to say that we should have shame for supporting President Donald Trump, talking about the George Floyd Policing Act that wanted to somewhat, in some shape, way, form, or fashion, defund the police in some of the most crime-ridden communities in the daggone country? No, he shouldn't have signed it. I'm pro-police. I have friends and family that are police, black people. You can't do that in some of the most crime-ridden places around the country. We're talking St. Louis, we're talking New Orleans, we're talking Baltimore, we're talking Chicago. Y'all want to defund the police. That's what they were championing. See, the Democrats, what they don't tell you is that they want to get you both ways. They want to get you before you get a sip of air, and they want to get you after the fact. And it's a win-win for them because the Democrats, like I said, they are the party of the KKK. They are the party of Jim Crow. They don't care about black folks because if they did, they wouldn't be promoting, quote unquote, women's care, health care as pregnancy termination. They wouldn't be promoting that like that if they actually cared about black people. If they cared about people in general, they would be pushing and promoting strong nuclear families. Where's the policy at in the Biden administration that's incentivizing Americans to get married and have their kids together and raise strong families when you know that our birth rates are down over 20% dating back to 2007? But then they're pushing a bunch of new people into the country because they're trying to create a new voter bloc for them so they can maintain power. You can't take people like Al Sharpton serious. No one does. Not anymore. There was a time when a pimp named Slickback Al Sharpton could come in a community and people would listen to him rap. Not anymore. Not anymore. We are some of the most educated black people to ever exist in the United States of America. We ain't falling for it no more. Let's get into the next video.
They have got to keep every prisoner in jail like we do federally 85% of the time for which they're sentenced. Right now, they're only kept in jail in the States on average 41% of the time. I like the idea they keep in jail longer. I'm the guy that wrote the bill requiring federal judges to keep people in jail 100% of the time for which they're sentenced, and the notable exceptions only 85%. So I'm all for tougher enforcement.
Joe Biden was extremely happy to say that he's the guy that authored the bill He's the guy that want to keep people in prison 85% of the time. He's the guy that's excited that judges cannot have no discretion in sentencing. And that particular law was 100% anti-black because it targeted crack cocaine. Who was using crack cocaine at that time period was black Americans. He didn't do that on just cocaine, period. The powder cocaine, you did not get that time like that. But when it came to crack cocaine, now he mentioned Senator Thurmond. You remember when Donald Trump said that he used to hang around with segregationists? Let's put up a picture real quick of Strom Thurmond, the guy that he worked on the bill with. As you can see on the screen, the picture to the left is Strom Thurmond in 1969. And you see the guy that's sitting up there with him is a Klansman, because Strom Thurmond was a rabid white supremacist. Then you see your president, that's a lot of you black folks love so much, on the screen with the same Strom Thurmond. I want you to look at that. And you black folks that's sitting up here defending Biden in 2024, and yet this is the guy that he was sitting there hanging out with. That's the guy that he helped craft the 1994 crime bill to target black Americans and to create mass incarceration for black Americans. That's why it targeted us.
Appreciate you, Brother Phil. I wanted to end it with that video right there, so y'all couldn't say that I'm lying. There's another person that's saying the same exact thing. See what I'm saying? Al Sharpton, the other brother, you know what time it is with them. They're shields. They're sellouts. They're the Sambo. It's them. They are upset. Liberals are upset that black people are no longer voting as a monolith. Like I said, there are going to be some black people that are going to vote Democrat this time around. Obviously, it's probably going to be a lot of the older folks, and it's going to be people that lean into those socialist alphabet community policies. But there's also a large growing segment of the black population that's saying, no, this ain't it. They haven't done anything. And the policies that they are pushing are destructive, not only to our community, but communities all across the country, regardless of what you look like. Let me know what you guys think about this video right here. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. Keep God first in your life, America first. And I'm going to catch up with y'all next time. Peace.